So till now we discussed data dictionary tables, like how to create a table and how to maintain the data, right? Now today we'll see table maintenance generator. Okay, so what is a table maintenance generator? In short form, we call it as TMG. What is TMG?
Table maintenance generator.
Table maintenance generator. So what is the use of table maintenance generator?
Create customized tables.
The T code is SM30 to access
SM30.
table maintenance generator. Okay, here we access the table maintenance generator in SM30 transaction code. Okay, so what is the use of this table maintenance generator? To maintain the data in master or configuration. Okay, so to maintain the data in master or configuration tables. Okay, this is the use of table maintenance generator to create the data or to change the data or to delete the data in master tables or configuration tables. So you may ask, like, can't we do it on transaction tables? Can we apply table maintenance generator on transaction tables? We can also create table maintenance generator for transaction tables. It will allow, but it is not recommended. Okay, it is not recommended to change transactional data. Whatever the transactional data creating in the system, we should not change it or delete it through table maintenance screens, because if you create a table maintenance generator screens, for example, there is a transaction code VA01. What is VA01 transaction code? Creating sales order.
Sales.
Okay, in SAP,
Yes.
VA01 T code is used to create the sales order, right?
Yes.
So that is when you execute the VA01 transaction code, it will open a screen, and behind the screen there will be a program configured, and it contains lot of validations, right? That program contains lot of validations. Once all these validations are successful, then it is going to create data in the backend tables, right? So VBAK, VBAP are the tables, few important tables for sales order. It's going to create data in VBAK table and the VBAP table, that sales order data. Let's say you created a table maintenance generator on this transaction table VBAK. Then what will happen? You are allowing the user to change the data without using transaction code VA02. So when the user accessing this table maintenance generator screen for the VBAK table, what it will do? It will bypass all the validations. It will directly change the data in a table, right? We are bypassing all the validations, checks, everything. So that user can directly go and change the data. We should not allow that. Okay? We should allow through standard transaction codes only. Then a proper validation will be performed and only accurate data will be saved in the transactions. Okay, so it is not recommended to create table maintenance screens for transactional tables. Create only for master data tables or configuration tables. Okay, where some configuration is required, where some master data needs to be maintained. Okay, so example table for in our scenario, we can create table maintenance screen for employee master data or department master data. So whenever a new employee joined, so the user can just enter that new employee in that maintenance screen, or when a new department is formed, we can add that new department to the table. Till now we are using SC11 create entries to maintain the data, right? In general, in production systems, SC11 is not accessible because it's a development transaction code, right?
Yes, sir.
So that we create a table maintenance generator screen and we create a separate transaction code for the table maintenance generator screen. We create a separate transaction code for the table maintenance generator screen and we can access in a production system. Okay. Anyway, uh, creating transaction code is optional. You can also access the table maintenance screen in SM30. Okay, so let's start creating the maintenance screen so that you can understand better. So what is the transaction code to create the table maintenance generator?
SM30.
No, what I mentioned here, T code to access, not to create, right?
Yes, sir. I SC11 only, sir.
Yeah, here we access the maintenance screen, not creating.
Okay.
Go to SC11.
SC11.
What is the prerequisite to create the table maintenance generator? There should be a table already created. So for which table we are going to create? We'll create it for ZDemo employee. It is already there, right? Now open it in the change mode. Open the table in change mode. Till now, how we are creating entries in the table? By going through this menu option,
Utilities, table
utilities,
content.
table contents, create entries. We are creating the entries here, right?
Sir.
But I'm saying that in production system, you're not going to have access for this to create the master data, to maintain the master data, right? For example, HR department is using this table. Whenever a new employee joined, they're going to add that entry here. They have to maintain that master data because for every transaction data, what is prerequisite to create the transaction data? What is the prerequisite? Master data record should be available, right? To create any transaction data on this a particular employee, master data record should be available. So that master data record they are going to maintain here, but not through SC11. For that, we're going to provide a separate screen, that is a table maintenance generator screen. SC11, open the table in change mode, utilities, go to utilities menu, and you can find table maintenance
Table
generator
maintenance
here.
generator.
Okay, you should open the table in change mode. Okay, click on utilities, table maintenance generator. Now, so this is the screen where we create the table maintenance generator. Authorization group. Here you can find lot of authorization groups. By using this authorization group, what we are going to achieve? So we can provide access to only specific users, not everyone. Okay. By using this authorization group, the system admins can make it accessible to only specific users, not everyone. Okay. That is the use of authorization group. So these are the different authorization groups. FI interface, profit management. If you select the relevant, only users who have access to this authorization group can only access this table maintenance screen. Rest of the guys cannot access. Okay. See, there are custom authorization groups also, but we have one default authorization, that is this without authorization group. I'm selecting this without authorization group. You can also type this NC. Okay. So function group. Function group is like a high level program where we are creating a maintenance screen, right? It will generate some standard code. So this function code will handle that standard code. So I'll explain more details about the function group when we are discussing the function modules in detail. For now, just assume that function group is going to handle whatever the code generated for this maintenance screen. For now, take table name as the function group. Provide same name as table name for the function group. Click on enter. Let's start it again. Let's stop the transaction and try again.
No, sir, even in my system in 2021, it's not working, sir.
Yeah, sometimes it is not working properly because everyone is using the same system, I guess. When the when more users are logged in and working on something, the system resources are not adequate to perform all the tasks. Let's try again. Utilities, table maintenance generator provide no authorization without authorization. Function group provide as the table name. Here we have two options to generate the screen, one step and two step. When you generate the one step option, right, it will generate only one screen where you can enter the data, where you can save the data, or where you can delete the data in the same screen, right? When you select the two step, it will provide one overview screen, and to make any changes, it will take you to the different screen. We'll see how it will work. Okay. First, I am selecting one step. Okay. It should provide me one overview screen and no additional screen. In the same screen only, I can change the data or add the data. So now here you have to provide the screen number. Here you have to provide the screen number, or you can use this find screen numbers. It will automatically assign screen number. Find screen number. Okay, it's not working. Better to try in a different server. Let's try 2020. Let's try in 2020. 2021 is not working.
Actually, it is working but taking time, sir.
Right. Okay, here we don't have data elements. Let's find a table with data element. Okay, anyway, okay, it is taking time, but it is working. So I clicked on find screen numbers, right? So what you have to propose screen number, so it will automatically populate the screen numbers in the maintenance screen number. Okay, propose or display free numbers range, it will display, it won't populate, but it will display. If you select this list screen numbers, it will display all available screen numbers. Okay, display free number range means it will display available range. If you select propose, it will automatically populate the available screen numbers. Yeah, screen number 1 is available, that's why it is automatically populated for one step, right? Since we selected one step, it is populating to only overview screen. Now come back to recording routine. Here we have two options, right? Standard recording routine, no or user recording routine. What is the purpose of this? Dialog data transport details. Transport details. Please remember this term, transport details. So when you select the first option, standard record routine, what will happen? When you create the data in the table, when you change the data, or when you deleted the data, what will happen? It will ask for a transport request so that it can transport the data to test and then to production. When you select standard record routine, what will happen? Whatever the changes you made to the table data, not to the table data, right? Whatever the records we are creating, it will expect a transport request to transport the data records to test system and then to production system. If you select no user recording routine, it won't ask for any transport request. Okay, but when you select the first option, what will happen? Whatever the data records you created in development system will be transported to test system and then to production system. Okay, now all the data in development, test and system are same, right? Because we are transporting through transport requests. If we select this second option, in development system we create our own data. In test system, depends on the requirement, they create their own data, and in production system they create their own data, depends on the requirement. Data will be different, right? Data in the sense I'm talking about the records in the table. Okay, but when you select the first option, first you have to create the data in development system, and then you have to transport it to test, and then you have to transport it to production. Okay, so transport request is required here. If you select the first option, for example, if a new employee joined in the organization today, the HR people need to maintain master data, employee master data. What they need to do? Can they directly maintain in production system? If you select the first option, no, it won't allow. First, they have to maintain the data in development system, development environment, and it will create a transport request, and they have to release the transport request to test system and then to production system, right? If you select the second option, you can create in any system. There is no dependency. Okay. It is also very important interview question. How to transport records of the table maintenance screen to test our production system. How to transport? For that we have to select standard recording routine option. Clear? For now select no user recording routine. Click on create. Here two things will be generated. This function group will be generated because it is not there in the system. Okay, it is a new function group. If it is all, if you provide a existing function group, it won't create again. Okay, but providing function group we have to provide very carefully to disturb the other functionalities, not to disturb the other functionalities. For now save the function group. Here observe what are the what is the object we are saving here? Function group FUGR. Function group is created. Now what is creating? TOBJ. This is table maintenance. We are saving everything into local object, that is temporary package. Okay, looks like enhancement category is not provided for this. Okay, go back. It is created. Table maintenance is created. Now our table maintenance screen is created. That's it. Now where you need to access this table maintenance screen? Where can you access table maintenance?
SM30.
SM30. Go to SM30 transaction code. Display. This is the table data, right? What we have created, right? Here if you observe, for all the fields, header is available, right? But except for country, correct? Country, header is not displaying, right?
Yes, sir.
Why? Go to the table, let's find what is the difference. So employee ID, for employee ID, did we maintain the field labels? Yes, we maintained the field labels. For employee name, we maintained the field labels. For why it is not displaying for country, double click on the data element. Field labels are empty. That's why the header is not available. Yes. So that's why we use the field labels. It will display as a field headers. Okay. For example, what is the field label for employee ID? Let's check. Short description is EMP ID, long description is employee ID. Let me shrink this. Let me make it as short. Yeah, here it is not working, but it will work in report level. Okay. So here the short description, medium descriptions we are adding, right? They will automatically adjust, depends on the size, depends on the column size. Okay, we can observe that in report programs when we are working on the report programs. But if you don't maintain the field labels, we can't see the field headings in reports or in table maintenance screens. Okay. Okay, if I maintain here, activate the data element. Now let's go to maintenance screen, go back, open again, display. Is it available here? I maintained, right? I maintained the field label, right? Is it displaying here?
No,
No.
Because
again we need to
we have already
maintain.
generated the maintenance screen. We have already generated the maintenance screen, depends on the existing table properties, right?
Okay, yes sir.
So as a screen will be generated and a program will be generated. It is done. Whatever the changes you do to the table, whatever the changes you are going to perform on the table, they are not going to automatically apply on the maintenance screen. What you need to do to apply those changes? You have to regenerate the screen. You don't need to create again, but you have to regenerate the maintenance screen. How to regenerate? Go to utilities, table maintenance
Table
generator.
maintenance generator.
Here, change. Change. What we need to select? New field, table in the structure. Select this option. Okay. So we are saying that a new field is added or a field table removed from the structure. If you remove a table and apply that change, You need to select this. Create the maintenance screen. If you select uh, two screen option instead of single screen option, maintenance type changed. For now, select all. Whatever the changes, it will recognize, it will automatically apply. Continue, continue. Single overview screen, select overview screen. The change what we applied is normal field, right? It is not a primary key field. But what even if you select both, it will accept. Okay, it won't change anything. Yeah, what it is saying, maintenance screen 0001 will be deleted and recreated. So what it is saying, the screen will be created and recreated. Yes, create, completed. Go back, click on save. Go back to the screen, maintenance screen, click on display. Okay, let me open again.
SM30.
Whenever you do the changes, right, in the table level, reopen the SM30. Don't access in the same session. Just open SM30 again. Okay, display. It is applied, right?
Now it's there.
Country.
Yes, sir.
So whatever the changes you applied on the table, once you generated the table maintenance screen, later if you apply any changes on it, you have to regenerate it. Okay. Now let's see how to maintain the data. So here, edit. Why it is displaying this? Caution. Table is a cross client. What is a cross client table?
Independent.
Client
Yeah.
independent table. Yes. Cross client table means whatever the data we change in this client is going to affect the in the same client also. Sorry, different client also. The same data will be available in different client. So the data in the other client also going to be impacted. Okay. That is a cross client table. There is no MANDT field available. So if you do any changes to the data here, all the other clients also affects, right?
Yes.
Now here by using this maintenance screen, you can change the existing records or create new records. We cannot edit the primary key, but we can edit the rest of the data. Okay. If you want to change the phone number, you can change and click on save. Here you can find save, or in other themes, in different themes, you can find the save symbol here. Click on save. It is saved, right? But if we select a standard record routine option, what will happen? When you click on save, it will ask for a transport request to transport this record. Okay. Now to create a new record, click on new entries. Enter the employee ID 105. Some phone number, country, and like that you can enter any number of records one by one. Okay. I'll use control Y. Control Y is to copy. Control Y, select it. Control C. If you select control Y, you can see this plus symbol and you can select the entire record by dragging this, and control C, control V. I'm just changing it. So like this, you can add any number of records one by one and click on save. Now these records are saved in the maintenance table. Sorry, where are we saving this? Are we saving in the maintenance screen or in the table? Well, this entry is going to be saved in the table, database table, when you click on save. Okay. Let's check in the table. Go back, check the entries. Two records are available, right? 105 and 106. By using maintenance screen, what we are doing, we are creating data in the table or we are changing data in the table, right? If you want to delete any data, just select it and delete. Record is deleted and click on save. Now we are in the contents, just refresh this, refresh. 103 is deleted in the table. So we are accessing the table data by using table maintenance screen. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Now here observe. So you generated the maintenance screen using the table properties. But if you don't want this much length here, you don't want this much length here, or if you want to expand the length of any column, or if you want your own custom header, your own custom header, how can you do that? These are all coming from the table, right? But if you want your own custom header text, right? Or if you want to expand the length, or if you want to decrease the length of the columns, by default it is displaying like this, right? If you want to have a customized length, or if you want to decrease the length, how can you do that? Go to the table, go to the table maintenance generator in change mode. Here you have in environment modifications, we have maintenance screens, modifications and maintenance screen. Click on maintenance screen, select the screen number, double click on it, continue. Here, this is the code generated. This is the code automatically generated. You don't need to write any code. Click on this layout, click on the layout. What is this? This is the maintenance screen layout, right? Correct?
Yes,
So
sir.
if you want to change anything, for example, I want to change this description, employee ID description or city. I want to change city name. I want to make it as a city name. Double click on this. When you double click on this, you can see the text here. Text, right? In text, provide your own text, city name. That's it, right? For example, if you want to expand this, if you want to expand this column to provide more length, click on the in the white area, and when you place the cursor on the separator, you can see this black color plus mark. Then select it and expand. Expanding, right? If you want to decrease the length of city, select it and decrease the length. Okay. If you want to decrease the length of employee name, select on the white background and place your cursor on the separator and click drag, right? Everyone clear?
Sir, once tell how to come to the screen, sir.
I'll show you. Now click on save. Once your changes are completed, click on save. Here we can do a lot of things, but I don't want to discuss everything now. I don't want to confuse, okay? We'll see the basic options. Click on save, close this and activate this. It is inactive. Activate this. It is activated. Go back. Now click on save. Now let's go to SM30. I'm opening again, okay? SM30 because I did some changes. Display. It is changed, right?
Yes, sir.
Length got expanded. Okay. Now you're asking how to navigate, right? Open the table in change mode. and go to maintenance screen and go to environment. So this maintenance screens we have already created. Okay, go to environment, modifications, and maintenance screen. If you click on maintenance screen, it will ask you to which screen you want to change. Since we are using only single screen, double click on it, continue, go to layout. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so here I am able to see this layout, but in different themes. If you are using a different theme, I think you can find this kind of symbol, this kind of color symbol. If you click on that, it will take you
Okay.
to the layout. Okay,
Okay, sir.
we can also write our custom code to write the validations and everything. We can also add our custom code, but we'll see that in the next classes. Okay, once you are comfortable in the basic programming. But table maintenance generator, we are going to create it very frequently. Whenever you create a master table in the project, okay, no one going to tell you to create a table maintenance generator. It's your responsibility to create the maintenance screen whenever you created a master table. Okay, is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Now let's see how two screen maintenance will work. We'll create it on ZDemo department table. Open it in the change mode. Go to table maintenance generator. Provide the authorization group NC. Function group. For now, I'll take it as the same table name, or we have already generated function group for GDemo employee, right? It is
Yes, sir.
already created, right? You can also use this. Okay. You can also use the existing function groups. Okay. For now, I'm using table name as the function group, but there is some dependency. When you add a separate maintenance screen for the existing function group, right? If you don't activate it, or if there is any errors in the program, the entire function group will impact. Whatever the programs assigned to that function group, all of them are not going to work. Okay, we'll see that in detail later. Now I am selecting two step. Earlier I have selected one step, and you see how the maintenance is. Now I am selecting two step. Now find the screen
Find
numbers. You
screen
can
number.
enter your own screen numbers like this. For example, 1 and 2. You can enter your own screen numbers, or you can also use this find screen numbers option. 1 and 2. Okay, propose screen numbers. It will propose the screen numbers when you click on propose screen numbers, or you can also enter manually. Now I have entered two screen numbers for two step. Shall we try standard record routine, or do you want me to use a separate maintenance? We'll use it. We'll create separate maintenance screen to check this option, recording routine option. For now, just observe two step. Okay. Click on create, save. Function group is created. Creating the maintenance screen. I'm saving everything in a local object. But in projects, you have to assign it to a transport request, so that you have to select a proper package name. So our maintenance screen is created. Click on save and go to SM30. SM30. Click on display. So this is the table maintenance screen. Now open it in the change mode, edit. Caution, table is crash client. When there is no MANDT field, you can see this. Now you see, am I able to edit anything here? Now you have to click on new entries. It will display a separate screen to create the data. Okay. Click on save. Okay. So here you have two-step process. Okay. One overview screen and the other single screen. Is it clear? Now let's see the recording routine option. We'll take separate table for this. We have created another table to link the employee ID and department ID, right? We'll use this table to check the recording routine option. But since we saved it in a local object, I'm not sure whether it is going to expect. So I've assigned this, right, temporary package, right, for this table. Can we change the package once we assigned you to a table or any object? Can we change the
Yeah, we
package
can.
name?
Yes, we can.
Go to somewhere here. Where is it? Object dictionary entry. Sorry, object directory entry. You can find it in go to menu, object directory entry. When you click on that, instead of temporary package, provide your actual package name and click on save. So it will ask for a transport request. Find your transport request. Is it the one we created? I believe so. Double click, continue. So we assigned it to a transport request, right? Whenever you assign a package, it will automatically ask for a transport request. Now create the maintenance screen. I'll give the same name, or I'll give table name as the function group name. I'll select single screen for now. Provide one. I'm selecting standard recording routine. Click on create. Function group is created. Table is creating. Now it is asking for a transport request because we assigned this table to a transport request, right? That's why it is asking transport request. It is nothing to do with standard recording routine. Don't relate this with standard recording routine because it is asking for transport request whenever we are creating a maintenance screen. It is not related to standard recording routine. Please observe, because we assigned this table to a transport request, right, and to a proper package, right? And when I am creating the table maintenance screen, that's why it is asking for transport request to save that table maintenance screen. Now my maintenance screen is created. Now go to SM30, click on edit. Now click on new entries. Both are primary keys. That's why we are not able to see any editable field, because employee ID and department ID both are primary keys. Let's add one entry. Employee ID, since a foreign key relationship is assigned, you can find the available employees here by clicking on the F4. Okay, click on 105, and available departments also you can find in the F4 since foreign key relationship is assigned. Admin, click on save. Now observe. Now it makes difference because we selected standard recording routine. Click on save. It is asking for a transport request to save that record. Okay, completed, right? Now when you selected the standard recording routine, it will ask for a transport request whenever you created the data. Now let me create one more. Let me assign same employee ID to the different department. IT. Click on save. Is it going to ask transport request again when I click on save? No, it won't, because we have already assigned this to a transport request. Then whatever the entries you created, those entries will be automatically created to the transport request. Okay, is everyone able to understand what is standard recording routine?
Yeah.
Whatever the data you created, it will add it to the transport request. Now let's go to the transport request and check whether these records are saved in the transport request or not. Go to, what is the transaction code?
SC09.
SC09 is the transaction code for transport request. It will display transport requests of the user. Okay, modified, released. I'm selecting
Modified.
both. employee details. This one, right? Expand the main task, go to the subtask, table definition, table contents. Here you can see
Yeah.
table contents. Expand this. Which table content is this? ZDemo
Employee
EMP
department.
DEPT. If you double click on this, you can see actually. Double click on the subtask. These are all the objects assigned to this transport request. There are different. There is a program, there is a package name, there are different tables, everything assigned to the transport request. For which table we created entries?
Table
This table,
contents.
right?
Yes,
Table
sir.
contents, ZDemo DEP. Double click on this object, double click. You can see the entries, right? 105 admin, 105 IT, right?
Yeah.
So when you release this to the test system, this data is also created in the test system. You don't need to create separately in test system. Okay, clear? Is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
So that is about table maintenance generator. So there is one more concept, maintenance screen events. So where we can write our custom code to validate the data. So we'll see that in the next session. Okay, not maybe after 1 week, once you are comfortable in the programming. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
For this, we can where we can access maintenance screen in SM30, right? So in general case, we can also create one transaction code for this. Okay, we create a transaction code to access that, so that if they direct, for example, I'll create a transport request ZEMP master. So if they execute this transaction code, that maintenance screen will automatically open. They don't need to go for SM30 if I create a transaction code for that. So we'll see in the next session when we are working on the report transactions. I'll show you how to create transaction codes for report programs and table maintenance generator screens. Transactions in the sense custom transactions, our own transaction codes, just like VA01, VA02. They are all standard, but we can also create our own transaction codes. Okay. So what are all the possible interview questions in table maintenance generator? So how can you generate the table maintenance screen? What is your answer? Go to SC11 table, change mode, go to utilities,
Utilities. Table
and
maintenance generator.
table maintenance generator. And what is the other possible question? What are the maintenance screens? We have one step, two step. If you select one step, it will display only overview screen. If you select two step, it will display overview screen with a single screen. Okay, this is just for convenience. Okay, both works in the same way. Then what is the other possible question? How can you transport records created in the table maintenance screen to test system or to production system? Or how can you add records to the transport request? What is your answer? For that, we have to select a standard recording routine option. Okay, clear?